Hey everybody, welcome back. I just wanted to make a quick video life update here. It's been a while since I made a video. Got a little less time on my hands right now. I picked up due to this inflation with gas and food. It's kind of, like a lot of other people, this inflation is just really, interest rates, it's just really hit my family and I hard. And I picked up a second job about a month and a half ago to bring in some extra cash, and I'm working like I'm away from home an extra 20 hours a week. I picked up, including driving, lunch breaks and driving time, transportation, commuting. It's pretty close to home, just like my main job, but I picked up another custodian. It's like a half, or it's like 3 hours a day. It's like 1 hour of another elementary school, another custodian job, but it's like 1 hour of crossing guard duty and then 2 hours of custodian work. So I work there from don't get much sleep during the week, but because I don't get home till like 11, I work 2 to 10:30 at my main job. Don't get home till 11 o'clock at night, and I go to bed pretty much right away, just wind down real quickly. And I gotta be up at 6. It's a lot of traffic. I gotta fight a lot of traffic in the morning to get to my morning job at 7:30. It takes about 40 minutes to get there in heavy rush hour traffic in the morning. But I can get home and there's nobody. I work 7:30 to 10:30. Once I leave at 10:30, I can get home in like 20, 25 minutes. There's not much traffic on the road during that time. The lunch rush hour, morning rush hour is over, and lunch rush hour hasn't quite started yet. It's pretty pleasant when I go to work at 2 o'clock. Not too much traffic and nobody on the road. And except for Friday nights, the drunks, people going out drinking, partying. Friday night is the only night that there's people on the road when I come home from work at 11 o'clock at night. So, yeah, I figured out driving time and lunch breaks. I was away from home like 45 hours, but with the second job, I'm working extra 15 hours a week, but with extra driving time too figured in and lunch breaks, uh, it's like an extra 20 hours a week that I'm away from home. So I was away from home for 45 hours, but now I'm away from home for 65 hours. So other than the weekends, I really don't have much time to do anything because I come home and I'm pretty hungry once I eat breakfast at 6 o'clock, 6:15 in the morning during the week. And once I get home at 11 or close to 11, I'm pretty hungry. So I have my lunch and I take a little nap for like an hour, hour and a half, and then get ready to go to round two to my main job. But yeah, I'm liking it. It's working out. It's pretty fun, working out well. And I've been in situations before where I work two jobs, three jobs, and normally they just figure, hey, a job is a job. Like they don't care if you have a second job or a third job. They still expect the same amount of work to be done. But the woman I work with, my morning job, she said, "Oh, I know you have another job, so I'm gonna make it real easy on you. I'm gonna give you a really light workload." I'm like, "Oh, you don't have to do that, but thanks. I really appreciate that." Most jobs they don't give two shits about that, so that's pretty cool. And weather's starting up. We've been getting a lot of rain out. I guess it's coming from California, San Francisco, Los Angeles area, but we get a lot of rain lately here in Arizona. I been busy spraying and picking a lot of weeds in my yard, and all this rain has caused them to, a new lot has kind of caused them to erupt, and it's still fairly cool. It's going to start warming up pretty soon. It was 88 on Thursday, but it was cold yesterday and not too warm today, not too warm over the weekend. And I think, well, maybe if you consider 67 not too warm, and then it's supposed to be 75 tomorrow. I think there's a couple days next week. I think next Thursday, Friday, I guess for the first time this year, we get hit the low 90s. But yeah, the weather's been pretty pleasant. It's been breezy, been cool, and I've been trying to enjoy it before the heat comes about again. Yeah, it's hard to believe I've made it through another school year. This is like a long stretch. We had spring break, and then we had a Good Friday off. But this is like the time of year where it's like the longest stretch of no days off. I had the full week this week of both jobs, unless I decide to take some extra time off. I don't know. We'll see. I still have another week and a half of vacation I could use for the rest of the year. And but this is like until I think like May 23rd or 24th is the last day of school. Both districts I work for, they are at like the same schedule, and the 23rd or the 24th, that's like the last day of school for the kids. So this is like a stretch of like 6, 7, 8 weeks there. I worked a full week this week, but I still have like another, I believe, like 6 or 7 weeks to go of no days off unless I decide to take some more time off. So yeah, he'll be challenged, but a good challenge, and I think I can do it. And I can always take time off if I need to, if I get exhausted. And next day off is Memorial Day, and that's like the first day of the summer vacation, summer break. That's like the first Monday after the kids get out of school. So and then there's Juneteenth and the 4th of July, and then in late July, kids go back to school again out here in Arizona, and it's still pretty hot out here around that time. And so there's that. And then my Chicago Bulls, they made the play-in tournament. They're like in the number 9 spot. They've been below 500 all season. They're like 37-40, but they just they're a young team. They just couldn't seem to get over the hump this year. We'll see what happens in the play-in tournament. You know, the playoffs, it's a whole new season. It's kind of like a rematch of last year. The Atlanta Hawks are going to be in the play-in tournament, the number 10 spot. So I'm not sure the Bulls are going to be playing the Hawks. If that's the way it worked, that's the way it worked last year. And yeah, I think they beat the Hawks in the first game of the play-in tournament, and they lost to Miami. And it played a pretty good game in that scenario. I think they're up. Miami actually made it to the NBA Finals last year with the Denver Nuggets, but yeah, the Bulls were actually up after 3 quarters in that game, and it was kind of an unfortunate scenario. The coach, Billy Donovan, kind of made some bad decisions down the stretch because they were up by 3 or 4 points at the end of the third quarter, but they ended up blowing it in the fourth quarter. They just didn't really make good substitutions, ended up losing that game, but hey, they tried, and they definitely have their young team. They definitely got a lot of potential, a lot of young talent, and I'm sure they'll make some changes in the offseason. They kind of match the competition. You know, sometimes they beat like the best teams in the NBA, but then they go play against like weaker teams, some of the worst teams in the NBA, and they lose. So it's like you can never count on them. Well, what team is going to show up? And then the Bears got rid of Justin Fields, traded him to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers, or did they trade him from the Broncos? So that'll be a pretty interesting scenario. And then Kirk Cousins from the Vikings went to the Atlanta Falcons, I believe. And yeah, the Bears, they didn't really give Mitchell Trubisky much of a chance. You know, they got rid of him too a few years back, and now they're getting rid of Justin Fields. I don't think they gave him much of a chance. They're like all dead set on getting this Caleb Williams. So we'll see. I don't know. They've been famous. Chicago sports teams have been famous for making bad decisions. So we'll see what happens next year. I guess we'll see if it was the right decision or not. The thing with the Bears, with their quarterbacks, the last few years, they've been decent, but they have a bad offensive line. They just don't give them enough protection. And you know, you can have the best quarterback in the league, but if he's not protected, you know, you don't really have a prayer. So. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for right now. I'm doing well, and comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all real soon with another great video. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Bye.